Blessings one and all, and welcome to the Mystic Fire. This evening, I wanted to do something a little bit different on the podcast. And what I wanted to do was carry over here on the podcast a little tradition that I've started over the last couple of nights on my social media pages. And what I've been doing there is writing an evening reflection for everyone to read. Something that is spiritual, something that is mystical, something that contains a wisdom and an insight that is above all of the confusion and chaos that is currently around us in the world. And out of that chaos, many voices are calling to people saying, follow us, we know the way, or believe our information, it is the only right and true information. And people are feeling anxious, confused, frustrated, angry, and afraid because they don't know who or what to believe. And so I thought these evening reflections would be something that would help us to turn away from all of that confusion and chaos and start to look within ourselves, and also start to turn toward the love of God and the light of Christ, and thereby reflecting on these short meditations, we might begin to hear the still small voice within that brings us calm and comfort, answers, and an inner knowing that is far above any voice that might be calling to us from the world right now. I truly believe that this is something that we all need right now in such a time as this. And so without further ado, I will read the evening reflections for April 21st, 2020 and April 22nd, 2020. Evening reflection for April 21st, 2020. Christ said, "My kingdom is not of this world, and those who live by the sword will die by the sword." In a world where people are becoming more increasingly divided, is it truly wise to protest in the streets with firearms or attack one another with cutting words and look to die or kill for a kingdom of this world? And is it truly wise to take up arms against one another at the words of an earthly politician or the edicts of man's religious organizations? We might ask ourselves that very poignant question that Christ put before us in the Gospels. And that question is, where does my heart lie? For there my treasure is also. What kingdom are you truly fighting for? And what model are you following in your life? The gentle silence of Christ, or the war cry of the modern governmental rulers? Where does your heart lie? Evening Reflection for April 22nd, 2020. Christ said that in the last days many would come in his name, and many would say, "Come, the Son of Man is in the inner room," or "He is out in the desert." But Jesus said, "When they tell you these things, do not go." In the modern world in which we live, many have abandoned the ancient faith of Christ, and they have submitted many strange doctrines for what was once held as the truth. Some mix the words of Jesus with Gnosticism or other fringe religious movements that were contrary to the teachings of Jesus and the apostles. A brief and honest study of Christian history will certainly reveal this fact to the searching heart and mind. Yet many voices are calling many people in many directions these days. Some are even beckoning to the sleepy minds of the modern Christian, calling them out to the desert places. Others make obscure pronouncements in the name of the Lord that do not match the words that the Master spoke. When they call to you to enter the temples of fanaticism, hatred, and division, will you answer the call? When they preach to you strange doctrines and summon you to join them in the inner rooms and desert places, will you go? Whose voice do you follow? I hope you enjoyed these evening reflections, and I hope they help to bring some peace to your mind and heart. I'll see you next time here on The Mystic Fire. God bless and good night.